by providing them with the tools that they need to start and operate successful enterprises. And our approach encompasses a bootcamp training, mentorship, advisory, access to market, and access to finance.
That's like everything.
Yes.
Starting business always wants to hear access to market. Where is the market at? Where is the money at? But before we get into Somo Soko itself, first, thank you for creating time, of course, and for the work that you're doing to support entrepreneurs. The business environment in Kenya looks very tricky right now. If you speak to most business owners, they will say 2024 has been a very tough year. We've seen a number of them close, a number relocate from Kenya. I don't know if that's the same POV you have from where you sit at, but just a general overview of the state of business in Kenya, especially in 2024.
Thank you. And to answer that, I'll take us back to 2018. When Kenya National Bureau of Statistics released a report showing that 46% of these MSMEs close after 1 year since after they start. And I think situations from them have really deteriorated. We were hit by COVID-19 in 2019 and 2020. We've not yet recovered from that. We've also seen the business environment not being so friendly in terms of the taxes and requirements that are required for you to start and operate a business in Kenya. So we've seen that the environment, more can be done, especially with support from the non-profit organization, the private sectors and the government. There is still a lot that can be done. And maybe to shed some light why these MSMEs are important, 80% of jobs in Africa comes from these small businesses. A report by Kenya Small Business Development Center, who are our partner in the ecosystem, showed that 30% of these small businesses contribute to 30% of our economic output in the non-agricultural sector. And another research showed that these MSMEs, as much as they contribute, they play a significant role in terms of creating jobs, alleviating poverty, and contributing to the economic growth. They only contribute to 3% of our GDP in Kenya. So it is important that we are having this conversation, and it is important that we devise ways to support these small and medium enterprises.
All right. A life cycle of 1 year since inception, and there's also a common statistic as well that a lot of startups do not last 3 years. As much as it's innovative, as much as it's futuristic, has a lot of support, has a team, has funding, and we've seen even situations where businesses and startups have received a lot of funding and eventually closed for one reason or another. As an entrepreneur who's beginning, or as a young person who's trying my business journey, it will be discouraging to think that that's what that's all there is in the Kenyan market. Yeah. What's the successful life cycle? How does it look like?
A successful life cycle is an entrepreneur who has accessed the skills to run a business, because majority of the businesses that we have encountered in Kenya is that somebody starts a business for necessity. Maybe I want to sustain myself in my livelihood, or maybe I want to, I have lost my job and I need to survive. But a successful entrepreneur is the one that first they have gone through some entrepreneurship or business training. They have or they are constantly having mentorship, advisory, and somebody is working with them to show them the way. There is also some instances of they have accessing capital to continuously boost their businesses, grow their operations, and continue to produce more of what they do, and most importantly, they have an access to market in terms of they have fully exhausted the targeted market locally, and they're exploring in the international market. And in a nutshell, I think a successful entrepreneur or a successful business will constantly be replenishing their skills. They'll continuously continue building network, and they will continuously know how they can serve their customers better and tap into both local and international market.
I hear that's very important, necessary starting points there for business. So is it actually a misconception? Because for most young people, they'll tell you that mimi nipatie tu mita, nitajipanga. Ideas niko nazo mingi sana. Finance doesn't factor in that much.
Yes.
At the beginning.
Yes, because, and I'll give a case example. Of course, I'll not mention our business, but through experience, we have witnessed entrepreneurs who have received huge investments when they are starting. And if you receive such an investment and your business has not grown to a capacity to absorb that, then that has a detrimental effect. You will not be able to handle the employees or to grow your business in such a way that it is absorbing that. And we have also seen a case whereby when we sit with these entrepreneurs, we ask them, do you really need investments at this point, or do you need to curate a way that your business is generating revenue and that it grows organically to the point that you will get, and then now when these investments are done, you can actually absorb and you can actually see where they are going to be channeled to. So I have seen that there are so many instances that people believe that you need 1 million to start the business. That is not the case. And even at Somo, what we do, we start with you with some grant equity financing of between 50,000 to 185,000, and then from there we continue to invest based on necessity and based on where your business capacity and growth is, what your business requires for the extra invention. For those businesses that have grown in that way, they have a long growth trajectory. The owner of this business will have a good opportunity to understand what do the market need, where do I need to invest more? Because we have seen businesses that have, especially those that receive that huge investments, and maybe you didn't get your market right. So the fall will be great, but if you get capital bit by bit, as you learn the market, as you adjust, as you try to focus on what the customers need, you will find that maybe you started with this, in this angle, but as you grow, you slowly pivot to what the customers would require.
Right. So money could be a problem if you're not ready for it, and therefore probably not your immediate need when you're at a certain stage of the market. And I like that, market research is even more important at that point than the investment that you require, because you might even bring a product to somewhere that you think is needed and it's not. An example a friend of mine always gives me is, you move into a new town, you find there's no supermarket, you say, wow, voila, acha niwafungulia hapa supermarket moja bomba. And you stay with your stock wondering what is happening, but you haven't really even understood what is the sustenance for this area of people.
Yes.
Maybe they don't even shop, they have their own farms, they get their own food. So if you start a food business in this location, it's not going to thrive.
Yeah.
So it's important, yes, that for sure. And you're afraid to mention names, but I have a couple of names. We have the likes of Copia, who also started something of delivery, and it didn't work. We have a bunch of others who've tried food delivery services, and we've seen that the they weren't really ready for it, as you've mentioned, because of that lack of understanding of the market. So how do you have resources that, because I see it's Somo Soko. Somo is learning education.
Yes, Somo is a Swahili word meaning lesson. So we learn from entrepreneurs in how they manage different business models, because I'll tell you, running a textile model is different from running an agro-processing model. And they also get to learn from us, from our vast knowledge and experience in business and
so knowledge is like the core for Somo.
So we learn lessons from each other, from our entrepreneurs and from the team and from our partners and from the key players in the ecosystem.
All right, so we have a partnership here between you, the Kenya Industry and Entrepreneurship Project. We have strengthening Kenya's innovation ecosystems. Could you maybe let us in a bit on that, on those partnerships and how they are also helping the journey that Somo Soko is in?
Yes, so through our partnership with KIEP, Skies, we've been doing a cohort specifically focusing on agro-processing and manufacturing sectors in Kenya. And we have run it in Western Kenya and Kiambu County. And we were focusing, we are one of the intermediaries, because there are so many intermediaries who are also partaking in the project. So specifically for us, we were targeting 120 MSMEs in those two sectors. And these MSMEs, 60 of them were supposed to get now our full services. That is the business and entrepreneurship training. We've also done access to market, advisory. We've done an innovation challenge whereby we got those businesses and then we organized an innovation challenge that aside from what these businesses came into our program with, they kind of try to have new innovations around the area that they operate with. So we've done that, and the last part of now the project that we are doing with the KIEP is us making this business access market through our Somo Soko. And so far, the Somo Soko 2024 is scheduled as follows. We are starting with in Mombasa at Fort Jesus. We are targeting to have 100 entrepreneurs. That is the participants for the KIEP, from our entrepreneur, from the, our program, and from our partners in the ecosystem. We also be doing another Somo Soko on 29th of November in Kisumu at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Sports Ground. Again, we are targeting the same number, 100 from KIEP, from our own portfolio, and from our partners in the Western ecosystem. And we'll have a grand finale in Nairobi on 7th of December at the Village Market. Again, we're targeting the same number from the KIEP, those that graduated recently from Kiambu, from our own ecosystem, and from our partners for Somo Soko 2024.
All right. So that's maybe just to say what you just informed us of there. 23rd November, Fort Jesus in Mombasa, Somo Soko at the coast. In Western, Somo Soko is at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Sports Ground on the 29th of November. And then there's that grand finale, if I can call it as such, in Nairobi at Village Market on 7th of December. Before we get into, what's going to happen, how the stalls are going to look like, why people should go and who can go. This seems like a pilot, like the flagship project for Somo Africa.
Yes.
Are there others on the side before we get into the details of this?
Yes.
Yeah.
We've as part of our access to market program, we our entrepreneurs will get to sell their product through our our Somo Duka. So we'll these entrepreneurs, those that deals with product, they have an opportunity to take their product at our Somo Duka, and then we sell on their behalf. We also have other programs such as we also link them to international market through our linkages. We also have participates in flea markets that are organized by, for example, Masai Market and other flea market opportunities. We constantly invite these entrepreneurs to come and sell their product. We also partner with our partner organizations in the ecosystem when they're having such similar events. So there is a lot that we do in terms of access to market, because we believe that customers are the heartbeat of any business. If customers are not able to buy from your business, you will not survive. And we constantly try to see how we can expose them to such markets. And the thing is, these flea markets work as experiential learning, because when you go there, you get to see how different people selling similar products that you have, how they have done the fine-tuning, the finishing of these products, and maybe you get to learn one or two things. Apart from that, you get feedback from the buyers. Maybe you've been used to selling to customers around Kiambu or around your local area, but when you participate in these markets, you get an opportunity to get feedback from even international customers. For example, some of these places that we are hoping to that will be our entrepreneurs will be showcasing, they have international clients. Look, for example, like Village Market. Even when you visit there as an entrepreneur, and I would encourage, if you are in business, visit such places, because you get to learn a lot. They are doing the same thing that you are doing. The only thing they are doing maybe is fine-tuning and ensuring their quality is okay because of the clients that they serve. Yeah.
So you might be seated somewhere wondering, why is my honey not going international like my friend who's now become big with it, or mbona mimi avocado zangu zinaenda tu Kirigiti na hazifiki Europe. So these are the places where you can now get to see, you see the packaging, you see how they do the quality, and also just to learn, as you've been mentioning.
Sure, and it's not that it's bad to be selling to the local market, but if you have those plans of advancing your business, well, I think that is the aspiration for any business person, that I want to sell to my local customers, and I also want to explore the international one. So if you have that aspiration, I think it will be prudent for you to also kind of try to see what they are doing.
Yeah. And also a transfer of knowledge, even not necessarily to help you grow to the international market, but even to learn how someone is doing business elsewhere, and how is it successful there, and how can I translate that to my own locale. So this is the things we are expecting in the market stalls. There's going to be those kind of exhibitions. Yeah,
there is going to be a lot to expect, and I love it when entrepreneurs meet. Last year we did Somo Soko in Mombasa, and we had entrepreneurs from the western side of this country, from Nairobi and from Tanzania. And when they met, they were thinking of, if maybe I only have my stall in Western Kenya, and I have my fellow entrepreneurs in Mombasa. So can we link so that my product can be accessed by the customers who want them in Mombasa? So they were also able to exchange a lot, especially from, you see, these entrepreneurs from different locations. They deal with the same product, but they are slightly differentiated as per the needs of the people that they serve. For example, look at an entrepreneur from Arusha in North Tanzania. So the product that they have are finely tuned as per the customers in northern Tanzania. So when they meet, they get also a chance to learn from, okay, what are they doing here? If I wanted to serve marketing across East Africa, do I need also to needs? So it is really great that even by the virtue of the fact that these entrepreneurs meet, there is a lot that they can learn. And one thing also is the aspect of our main focus is for these entrepreneurs to come to sell, and instances where they don't sell, they'll make future
potential
selling, because there are some who will meet clients there and they can customize them as per what the client will need. Another important thing is the fact that they get that feedback that they can grow, and they get also a chance to learn from the different players in the market. So why should any members of the public come and to this? First of all, it will be a festive season, so this is the time that we are buying gifts for our families. We are trying to support the people that have been with us the whole year, and these entrepreneurs, when we're talking about buy local, build Africa. And I know we've pushed this for a very long time.
We've sung this song alright
for a very long time. Like, let's build our own local. We cannot grow the economy when you are buying from the goods that have been imported. And so I think when you come there, you're supporting a family, and we said that supporting an entrepreneur has a spiral effect. For example, we said that 80% of jobs in Africa are made by these small entrepreneurs. So when you come and support one entrepreneur there, it has a spiral effect in terms of this is cascading down to their families, to the people that they have employed. So you are kind of supporting we as Kenyans. And when we were starting the show, we said that the environment in Kenya, the business environment in Kenya is not good. But what can we do about it? We can support them by buying from them. Apart from that, there will be we are trying to make it very customer friendly. So we'll have fun activities. We'll have a kid section whereby they can come. So you can come with your family to buy. We'll have a competition activities. I think it will be an opportunity. We are trying to make the customer experience as important. You're not just coming to buy from these entrepreneurs, but you're coming to have a buying experience from over 100 entrepreneurs in the 3 regions.
All right. So I like especially the part where it's a call to action to Kenyans, that we keep saying the business environment is not doing good. The government should create an enabling environment. And, as we are waiting for that to happen, it's important that we also chip in, support a local SME, buy from that local, honey seller, go to, that exhibition, find someone who does peanut butter, who does whatever it is that you want household items, you want, something someone is making, and they're making it in their least capacity. It's really important that is a way that you're showing support towards the economy.
Yes, and let me just say that it is not that the government is not trying, maybe not as what we would wish, because this Somo Soko and what we've been doing in the agro-processing and manufacturing sectors is a project that is sponsored by the Ministry of Investments, Trade
and Industry.
And we have also invited them to come and launch these markets. And on top of that, we will be doing a pre-event, an X-Space on 7th of November. That is this Thursday from 2:30 to 4 p.m. And we'll have also key experts in the ecosystem to also discuss about this issue. And we're also hoping that the ministry also will provide us with a person to talk about the perspective of what the government is also doing. Sometimes I also feel like the government can also not fight back. We'll only see this aspect. Probably they don't share also where they're coming from or some of the things that they are doing. But I know that there is a lot that also they can do. And when we collaboratively, the government, the non-governmental organizations, the private sector, we as households and the citizens of this country, we can collaboratively do that to support our environment. It is not something that can be left to the government alone to do. Me and you and households, we can do what we can to support these small and medium enterprises.
Right.
And why is it important that, why are we not talking about the large businesses?
Yes.
It is because these small and medium enterprises are the ones that grows to become
the big businesses.
The big business. But they face a greater risk because, first of all, the financial institutions are reluctant to lend them money. You know, because they have a high risk, as we've said. 1 year, 3 years, they face the risk of closure. So, but when we support them, when we collaboratively try to see how we can support them, they are the ones that grows into big companies, and they are the ones that have employed a lot of people. So I think it is important that we don't just look it on the NGO sector has not done this, the government sector have not done this, but when we come together, we can really support them, and the idea is to make them into large businesses.
That's really positive, because it's tough to find someone who has successfully either collaborated with the government to do business, or has tried to get funding. We have the Youth Fund, Women Empowerment Fund. So when these positive stories come out, it shows also that efforts are not going unnoticed, and it's possible still. As you said, the government is not able to fight back. It's not able to come here and defend itself every day. And when we highlight some of the things that are happening in the background, like what you're doing with MITI and KIEP as well, so it's inspiring to the young people to keep trying, and collaboratively we can do better for business. Financial support, you mentioned a couple of figures earlier, 50,000 to 80,000, maybe a bit of info on how that works. And do I need to be a part of Somo Africa for me to get access to that?
Let me start that by giving us a brief background about Somo. So we started in 2016 in the informal settlements in this country, because we believe that those are the areas that the government has not fully infiltrated. And our main hub is in Kibera. We also have another hub in Kayole, and a production facility in Githurai. I think one time we can introduce you and your team to come and do some of the things that we are doing there.
Please, thank you.
For one of the Biashara Tuesday.
Yes, definitely. Looking forward to it.
We also have a hub that serves the Western Kenya and the coastal Kenya, and then we are in North Tanzania, and recently we expanded to Uganda. So since 2016, we have supported over 10,000 through our digital training tools. We believe that these entrepreneurs, they don't have maybe time to fully commit to a program. So in that instances, we appeal to them by having our digital training tool that we call DigiSomo, where these entrepreneurs can self-pace them and access this training. So we have also reached out to over 3,500 entrepreneurs in our academy. That is the 3-month bootcamp training. And through that, we've been able to graduate over 10,000 entrepreneurs from our academy. And we also managed to create, through forward and backward linkages, we've been able to support our entrepreneurs have been able to create over 16,000 jobs. So as part of our access to finance, we've been able to support over 600 businesses through our access to finance program. So, and just to share how that happens is that you will first join Somo through our digital tools, the DigiSomo. You'll get a chance to interact with our 14 modules that you self-pace them. You can access them via a smartphone or a simple features phone, what we call Kabambe. So you'll give you a number, you dial, and then you are
It's on USSD?
Yes, on USSD.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then you can also access the content via WhatsApp. So once you have completed that, we also now shortlist you for joining the Buruka program, which is a 3 months training program. So you are given an opportunity to pitch about your business, you interact with the mentors, you interact with trainers, and at the end of the program, you write some business plan that is submitted to our external judges. So they are able to evaluate that, and they select those that will fit, those that we could work with, and those that we can support them. So once you are shortlisted, we start with you with the grant equity. So this is what I had mentioned. It is between 50 to 185,000. This depends with the business needs to launch. So that's why you said, like, you cannot tell us that you need 1 million. When we sit down with you, a machine that you are thinking, maybe somebody thinks that they can start a business with a machine worth 200,000 to serve maybe 50 people. We discuss with you and we see maybe you can start with a machine worth 20,000 to just start with
organically.
Maybe start with 10, and after you have exhausted, then we graduate you to that. So we provide both. We provide those grant equity. We do offer grants as well through our Inuka Pitch competition, where we open entrepreneurs across Kenya and TZ to compete, and the winner gets some grant equity. And then we offer soft loans at a very discounted rate of flat rate of 5% per annum. So these now are the businesses that now have exhausted then they are above the launch stage. They have tested the market. They have known what they need. There is a clear demand for their product. Now they are now coming for the loans from Somo to expand their businesses. And our belief is that we will cap it when you are getting from Somo, but there is a level that you will get that you can't get these loans from Somo. For example, you can get up to 1.5 million, and then from there now, we believe that we'll connect you to our other to potential investors, and then we believe at that time you have built your confidence and you can approach financial institutions, and you can get loan at the current market rate.
That's a really better pipeline than what I'm used to especially the startup scene in Kenya, where I have an idea, look for a co-founder, write a business plan, move around pitching. Which is, you've not even taken time to see what kind of skills do we have, both of us, what do our markets need, and can we try and grow organically? I think that's the biggest lesson I've picked here, which is try and grow your revenues first before looking for investment, or before finding for the need or looking for that need for investment. You're giving soft loans at way low price interest rates, which is lower than banks at 12% and 14%.
Our idea, or what we would want, is we deal with the entrepreneurs that are on the ideation stage. They haven't fully conceptualized the business. So that is most of the entrepreneurs that we serve. We also serve entrepreneurs that have started, have done business for a long time on the growth stage. But our idea is that for these entrepreneurs that are on the ideation stage, how can we grow them to the point that they are ready, they're investor ready?
Okay.
Because, and I think that is the thing that differentiates between Somo and other entrepreneur support organizations. Most of the entrepreneur support organization would want a business that have a formal structure, like they have formalized, they make certain revenue in a year, maybe they have some managerial capabilities, and before they get there, there has to be one who is constantly working with them to ensure that they are at a point of investor ready. So we will grow with you. We will want you to start to launch the business, grow it. We'll continue supporting them even after we've grown them to a particular level. But at that point now, we believe that now they can,
They can take flight.
as you are saying now, they have grown organically. So now they can go to the next step of continuing to pitch about their businesses, continuing to receive more investments, and we can confidently say that most of the businesses that we have worked they have really grown to the level that we also exposing them to other ESOs in the ecosystem for that extra level.
Not to say you have favorites, but are there a few success stories that you can point out, or success companies that you can mention?
So now I'll get into trouble because I have served with a lot of businesses, especially in Nairobi and Central Kenya and Coastal Kenya. And I also have, I'm also inspired by very many businesses in Western Kenya and Tanzania. But let me say that I will not mention about the business, but I can mention about the innovations.
Okay, sure.
There is this one particular business in Coastal Kenya that for a very long time, especially when you look at the Shimoni. Shimoni is an area that the problem of electricity is so rampant. Sometimes electricity goes off and then they stay for like a week without it being restored. I believe maybe by now things maybe have changed, but there was this business that we've worked with that fishermen faced a challenge in terms of they cannot harvest fish. They only harvest fish that can be consumed in that particular day. Yeah, so every time they wake up, they go to the ocean, they fish, and then they sell. If they don't sell all of them, then they go bad. So there was this business that launched something that is called Kuza Freezer. Yeah, so specifically targeting for fishermen. So he's using energy from the sun to build freezers, and these freezers are portable, and the fishermen can actually now harvest fish
and keep it for longer,
even harvest more. They don't have to go the following day to harvest. I think that is also conserving our ocean and marine ecosystem. So they harvest enough for that day, and they can store them, and the consumer will get them as fresh as they can. Yeah, so you see that one, even if the challenge of it, even if there is a power outage in that area, the fisherman will confidently go to the ocean, get the fish, store them and sell them up to the last point before they go back to the ocean. There is also one here in Nairobi that is doing a lot in terms of climate action. That is a very rampant and a current issue.
Yes, sustainability.
So this business is they're located at the backyard of Mama Lucy, and part of what they do is they grow vegetables and our indigenous veggies, and part of what they do is that they sell to the hospital, targeting the kids section. So the hospital and the kids sections, they actually consume organically grown
food,
vegetables. And they also teach the urban dwellers about how they can take advantage of their little backyards and balconies to grow their food organically. Because somebody said that if you can be in a position to grow your own foods to grow your own food, you can imagine how that can do to somebody, especially in this economy. You are growing, you don't need to buy some of these things. You can, through urban farming, they can come and set for you how you can do that. And this business was also visited by the king
When he was
when
making
he
his
was-
trip
he
in
was-
2023.
Yes, when he was here. We've also seen some very innovative businesses. I think one of them was you hosted
here.
them
Yeah.
guest sometimes back. This is Kono Farm. They're making Kono cream from snails slime.
Yeah.
They're also making pizza using snails. We also have another one who is you see, for the fertilizers, they are making chicken feeds from BSF,
What's BSF?
black soldier fly. So they have a formula that they are mixing the BSF larvae to make chicken feeds, and that one becomes cheaper than
Buying
the
feed
feeds from the
Agrovets.
and there is so much, like when you look at the Western Kenya, you're also inspired by the blue economy, the innovations around the blue economy.
Yeah.
We've seen one that is using water hyacinth to make furnitures. Very, very awesome product. I think
Nice.
we'll be showcasing at Somo Soko. So you can see these people are not just making money. They are not
They're
just
creating
there to make
solutions.
money. They are making solutions. Like the problem of water hyacinth had been a perennial problem.
Yeah.
In Lake Victoria, in Kenya. I think even Lake Naivasha also do experience such issues. But we have people who are using that and making product from there, solving the society's problem as they get to as they get to create jobs, they get to contribute to the GDP, and by that they are contributing also to the challenge of climate change.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Of course, that's some of the innovations you can expect to see if you actually create time and attend, which you should, in Coast, in Western Kenya, and in Nairobi, which will happen in December. I'll be giving my guest a chance to also remind us of how we can do that. If you're an entrepreneur who wants to showcase, if there's a chance for you, if you want to come and just see, sample the products, how that looks for you, like for you. Let me just read quick feedback here. Fishware, anasema big up engineer Okeze, streaming the show live outside of Outer Maryland. Leo tunapeleka Trump Ocha. Fishtown amefika Maryland just a couple of months ago na anataka kupeleka Trump nyumbani. But asante sana for tuning in. Keep streaming. Always loving that you're supporting us home and away. Love to see it. Mbecha Philip from the Vultures. Vultures are the hockey club or the hockey men's team of Kenyatta University. Anasema, I am locked in. This is informative. Na make up a $sign. Asante sana. I'll read the rest of the feedback online. That's from WhatsApp. And also on the live stream, KUTV Kenya, and also on social platforms at Richard_Okenya. Final call out. We've been here for a while. I've crossed the line with my producer and I'm trying to rectify it. So we could speak a lot about innovation and business because it's something I'm really passionate about. And again, shamelessly, I'm just trying to learn business. So these are free lessons for me. I could go on and on, but just to make sure that we also leave something for people to come and ask you at this, Somo Soko exhibitions, and to look forward to it. A call to action to them on how they can do that for the entrepreneurs, for the consumers, and just to generally join Somo Africa, how that opportunity looks like.
Awesome. Yeah. So I'll say that
you can do it on your camera here. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
So for you to participate in Somo Soko 2024 in the 3 regions, as I have mentioned, in Nairobi it will be on 7th December, in Mombasa it will be on 23rd of November, and Kisumu on 29th of November. For you to join as an independent entrepreneur, we are just charging something that is just to help us to set up your stall. It is going at 1,500 shillings for you to come and exhibit. And for you to join Somo, it's very, very simple. You go to our website, www.somo www.somoafrica.org, and then you scroll down all the way to become an entrepreneur. You'll be able to see, first of all, some of the amazing works that we've done for the entrepreneurs across Kenya. You'll also see some of the sectors that we are working in. You'll see our team there. You'll see some of our impact that we've generated, and then you'll scroll down all the way to become an entrepreneur. There's going to be a Google form that will pop up. You can fill out the details, and then once you're done, you click submit. Some of the details that you'll find there are things to just know about yourself, the business, and whether you've done it, whether for some time or you're in the ideation stage. And then there, our team will be able to reach out to you. So for me to finish, I would say that the entrepreneurs and business people are really an important society in this country. And perhaps maybe you are thinking to start a business, or you are doing the business. Sometimes it's hard because you don't get somebody to maybe tell you what the significance of what you do. But let me say that I believe in you as an organization. We also believe in you, and we just hope that your aspirations, you'll get to what you aspire to be. So that's it, I think.
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for coming through, and you are definitely invited over again, especially after this goes down, so that we can also learn the success stories. You could come with a couple of the entrepreneurs as well, and we have a whole
definitely. I like that. We'll come with the amazing entrepreneurs.
Nice.
I also want to extend the invitation to you to come to our production facility in Gitau. We can also show you around some of our hubs where we do the training. We'll take you through the entrepreneur journey now from our perspective. What is our theory of change, and what is the journey that we take these entrepreneurs, and where do they start? And we can even show you we can take you to some of the locations for our entrepreneurs. If you have a program that is focusing on the entrepreneur, I think that will be great for us to incorporate and integrate.
This one's us program. This one, Biashara Tuesday, that's that program. So we'll come, look around, film the whole process, and then showcase it to our audience for more inspiration. Thank you very much, Mr. Frankline Gitau. Say hi to all the entrepreneurs. Send them over as well. This is an open invite to them. They can show up even without you.
Awesome.
You have already laid the path for them, so it's just for them to come and have this discussion with us. Asante sana. All right, it is 8:52 in the morning. At the corner of my eye, I can see Wakili Robin, na nimesikia kwa masikio yangu huko kwa gallery kuna mzee Ojwang Mari